Trying to get comfortable. Trying to get comfortable. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. It's more like it. I look tired, eh? Okay. Alright. So, I want to talk about my sleepwalking stories. Let's talk about it. So, I used to sleepwalk quite a long time ago. I used to sleepwalk, and I know about maybe 4 or 5 of my sleepwalking experiences that I've ever had. The very first sleepwalking experience that I had, I was maybe like 5 years old, and I was hanging out with my family in the living room, and we were all watching a TV show, and then I fell asleep on the floor, and my dad was sitting to the corner to my left, and I was laying on the floor, and my cousins were sitting on the couch, and I fell asleep on the floor. So after some time, like a song came on TV, and then my dad was like, he was like, "Where am I? Like, does anybody know where I am?" And they were like, "Oh, she's laying on the floor right here." And my dad was like, he called my name. He was like, "Njinking." That's what he used to call me. He was like, "Where's Njinking? Njinking, get up and dance." So I got up, sleeping, and I started to dance while sleeping, and then everybody burst out laughing, and then I got up and I was like, "What's going on?" And they were like, "You're dancing in your sleep." That is the weirdest thing, but that happened to me. I was sleep dancing. That's not even sleepwalking, that's like sleep dancing. So I was dancing and sleeping at the same time. Like, I heard my dad call me and he said, "Get up and dance," and I started to dance. Well, the next time that it happened that I remember was maybe a long time after that. I was is maybe was maybe I would say like 7 years after that time. The next time I was like 12 years old. Maybe was it 12 or 11 years old? So I was about maybe like 12 or 11 years old, and my parents had sent me to boarding school, and I was in class one day. So one of my first days in class, and I sat in class with my friends, and then I fell asleep again. I fell asleep, and then I don't know if somebody made noise or something. I just got up from my desk and I went to the front of the class, and I was like, "Where am I? Where am I?" And everybody just burst out laughing. And then I got up, and luckily I remembered the way back to my desk, so I just walked back to my desk, and everybody was like, "What happened to you?" You went in front of class and you were sleeping and saying, "Where am I? Where am I?" And I was like, "I don't know what happened, man. I don't know. I don't know what happened. What caused it? I don't know." So the third time that I know about that I had a sleepwalking experience was still in my boarding school days. I was in boarding school, and it was the middle of the night, and I got up from my bed and I went to join somebody else in her bed. I just left my bed and I walked over to someone's bed. For this time around when that happened, I want to say I do have a slight recollection of walking. Like, I kind of remember it like a vivid dream. Like, I sort of remember, I actually do remember the feeling of walking towards someone's bed, but I remember it like it was an involuntary thing that I did, like a dream. I didn't feel like something that I think I had much control over. Or I don't know if I thought, if I knew where I was, or I don't know what happened that I did that. I don't even know. Like, it's just strange and weird. But I got up and I went and slept in someone's bed, and luckily she didn't kick me out. So I got up the next day and I was like, "How did I get here?" I was asking her, "How did I get here?" She was like, "It's you who came and joined me in my bed at night." I was like, hmm, okay. So I guess I just knew that I had another sleepwalking thing, because I was like, I sort of kind of remember walking over here, but it was like a dream. She was like, yeah, you came over. And that is not, she wasn't somebody that I was really close to. I just picked a random person and I went on her bed. That was so weird. And then the fourth time, and or the last time I think that I had a sleepwalking experience was when I was back in my house, in our house again. And my family had moved to Yaoundé, which is the capital city of Cameroon. We had moved to Yaoundé, and I don't know how long we had been there, and I don't know if I had just come home from holidays at home, but I came home and one night I fell asleep on the couch, which I almost never do. I fell asleep on the couch instead of going to bed on my bed. I fell asleep on the couch. Everybody went to bed and I passed out on the couch. And then I know I said that like three times. So I got up in the middle of the night again and I started to walk towards the kitchen. And when I went into the kitchen, I put my hand behind the fridge to turn the lights on, which is where the switch is. So it's really weird that I actually knew where the switch was behind the fridge. You know, I put my hand behind the fridge and I turned on the switch, and then a bright light hit my face and it got me up. And I was like, oh, I need to go back to bed. You know, but I was like, well, what am I doing here? I always get up and I'm like confused, like, why am I here? I was like, oh, I guess I sleepwalked again. I turned off the light and I went back to bed. I don't know if I went back to my room or if I continued to sleep on the couch. I don't know what choice. I don't remember, but those are like the three sleepwalking experiences that I have actually known about. You know, I just hope that they don't come back again. I just pray to God. I don't want another one, you know. I just hope that I've grown out of it, you know, and yeah, because I live alone. I don't want to sleepwalk out of my house or anything, or sleep drive, God forbid. I don't want none of that. So, yeah. Yeah, so those are the four that I remember. I don't know if there's been any that has happened that I don't know about. But I would think that if I did have any sleepwalking experience, I would wake up somewhere that I don't know. Like any time that I wake up in a strange place, I just know what happened. I'm like, I sleepwalked over here. And sometimes I do remember the process of how I did it. I remember that it happened like a dream. I remember it. I remember walking. I remember that, but I thought I was dreaming. That's how my sleepwalking experience happens. And when I listen to how some people talk about their sleepwalking, it's always like they don't remember it at all. It was totally involuntary. They don't remember it. But for me, I do remember it. I remember it, but I remember it like a dream. So it's something that happened like a dream and it was totally involuntary. So that's the difference between what I get from others when they talk about their sleepwalking experiences and how I experience mine. So, yeah, or how I experienced mine in the past, and hopefully it stays there. I don't want any more. Anyway, so that's it. I just wanted to share my sleepwalking stories. So, good night.